This is a total body hybrid workout for your follicular and ovulatory phases. So really anytime during that high energy point in the cycle where you're through your flow days, you're feeling that arc of energy increasing as estrogen hormones are on the rise, and you have kind of a slower baseline metabolism, so more energy left in your tank to exert a bit more and demand a bit more throughout your workout. This is a quick workout. It's just 15 minutes of solid effort, and we have very quick transitions between our exercises. For that reason, as we start the workout, I'll provide a tutorial of the kind of 5 different movement patterns that we'll be doing throughout. So it's great to watch, if you can, watch the tutorial before you get started so that your time is your own, and when you're coming in, you can begin the movement right away rather than having to kind of study up on the patterns. They're not complex, but the structure does require a bit of guidance throughout, and that tutorial in the beginning will just kind of set the container, set the foundation so that you can feel strong going in and moving continuously throughout. Quick overview of the structure. We have variable intervals, and we're kind of touching on a little bit of everything. It's body weight only, but we are tapping into strength. We've got a bit of core work. There's a cardio burst, some high intensity intervals, and some glute work to finish. We start with a 1-minute wall sit, and then we increase our interval to 2 minutes of core work in plank, and then to 3 minutes of a tempo squat pattern that I'll explain as we go through. We have 4 minutes of an upper body burpee pyramid burner. I know it sounds a bit intense, but it's fun and it's exciting. It gives you something to challenge yourself, especially during this phase. And then in the last 5-minute interval, we'll be targeting the glutes, both in a unilateral way, targeting each leg individually, and then in a bilateral way where we're really focusing on the strength in the glutes together. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-minute intervals for 15 minutes of solid effort work. And if you're feeling like you have a lot of energy to burn, especially in this phase, you have some more energy that you need to work through, you can always cycle through one more time to get a 30-minute workout. So this is great for customizing based on your time and your needs and your energy levels day by day. So let's grab our mat and get started with today's workout. We are going to get started now with this total body hybrid workout. In this workout today, all you will need is body weight. So you might have a mat or a space to work out, a towel and some water, and that's it. You can do this workout anywhere. Before we get started, I do want to give a bit of a tutorial on the movement patterns that we'll be enjoying today, simply because once we get started, there are quick transitions. We're moving fluidly from one exercise into the next, so there's not a lot of space in between for that guidance. So this is something that you can watch ahead of the workout so that once you get started, you can just keep moving. We are in that follicular phase, ovulatory phase mode, where we can move through quick transitions. We can shorten our recovery time because our inner chemistry supports that effort in the body. So the structure for today's workout, we're starting with a 1-minute interval, then a 2-minute, 3-minute, 4-minute, 5-minute interval. So it comes in around 16 and a half minutes with our transition periods in between. And if you are feeling great at the end, you can always move through the circuit one more time. So you can start the video over or just go through it on your own. But it's a quick, effective workout that in 16 minutes, you're going to feel great. You're going to feel that glow from the inside out, and you'll be ready after that. So our first movement or exercise is a simple wall sit. So you'll be at the wall, knees level with the hips. You want a gentle curl in the tail to activate the glutes, and we're doing an arm circle with this. So it's forward all the way around, and then you reverse the direction and back down. So forward, all the way around, reverse the direction, and back down. So pretty simple with the arms. The key here to be able to activate the arms is mind-muscle connection. So you're really creating tension in the muscles all the way up and then all the way back down. Same when you do the front raise, all the way up and all the way back down, so that you are activating the muscles in the arms and the back. Our second 2-minute interval will be a plank variation. So in the first minute, we'll be doing up, downs, in, outs. So we go down to the forearms, come back up, hips and shoulders stay square. Then we step out, out, in, and then we switch sides with the arms. The key here, keep the hips nice and low. As you get tired or fatigued, the hips are gonna wanna creep up. Can you keep them down low? And then join the hip points toward the low ribs. So you create that engagement in the low belly. Notice if that rounds the upper back. Can you keep that and then stretch the heart forward, broaden the collarbones. So our first minute is plank up, downs, in, outs, and then we're holding plank for a minute. So we have lots of opportunities for isometric work today. Our 3-minute interval is going to be a tempo squat. So we're changing the way that we load the legs in this squat to create that variable load in the muscles. So hips are about hips width distance, feet are hips width distance or a little bit wider apart. The toes are turned out, heels slightly in. For the squat, the upper body stays still. We squat down. The hips can come to knee height, maybe a little bit lower. The belly still hugs in. The chest is still elevated. So the tempo portion of this movement pattern is, in the first minute, we are going to be going down for 3. So it's 3, 2, 1, and then just up. 3, 2, 1, and up. In the second minute, we're going to pause at the bottom for 3 seconds. So it's down, 3, 2, 1, and up. Down, 3, 2, 1, and up. And in the third minute, you probably guessed, we're going to have our 3 seconds on the way back up. So it's down, and then 3, 2, 1, down, 3, 2, 1. For whatever reason, in my mind, that one is always a little bit trickier. It takes a bit of kind of connection and a few reps before my body gets the hang of it, but you'll get the rhythm. As long as we're changing the load in the legs, that's all that matters. So our 4-minute interval is a burner. We are going to do a burpee pyramid. So the goal, if you can, is to get through this pyramid within the 4 minutes. Any time that you have left over in the 4 minutes is for rest and recovery. So the quicker you do it, the longer you get to rest at the end. So the pyramid starts like this. You're in your plank position. You do 10 push-ups. So just a standard push-up. You can always be on the knees. 10 push-ups and then 10 half burpees or sprawls. So it's here. 10 of those. And then we go down to 9 push-ups, 9 sprawls, 8 push-ups, 8 sprawls, all the way down to 1. And like I said, you want to try and complete that within the 4 minutes. Anything left over is for rest. Our last 5-minute interval will be variable exercises, and we're doing some targeted glute work. So in the first minute, we are going to be doing a modified shrimp squat. So you can have your hands, sometimes it helps to have them out in front of you, and we're just bringing the shin down to the mat, light weight or no weight in that shin, and then coming up. So it's down, it's concentrating the effort in the glute and back up. The second minute will be on the second side. Then we'll come down to the back and we're doing a single leg glute bridge. So sole of the foot toward the sky. We keep that bottom leg down and knee bent, and it's a simple glute bridge. Ideally, you want your ankle to be under the knee at the top of the movement. So we're here for the first minute. Switch sides, we're here for the second minute. And our last exercise is a butterfly bridge with a closure. So you start in butterfly with the soles of your feet touching, knees wide apart. You lift to the height of your extension, close the knees, and come down. Open to a butterfly, lift, squeeze the knees, and come down. You'll feel your inner thighs begin to fire through that exercise. That is the structure. We have between each interval about 15 seconds of transition, so it's just enough to get your body in position for the next round. I'll be guiding you through, kind of giving you a heads up on what's coming next so that you can keep moving. But hopefully you've had a chance to watch this tutorial and get the movement patterns ahead of time so that you can jump right in and you don't have to pause throughout the workout. So once I start my timer, we will begin, and we have a few seconds to get set up here. So you can get your towel and your water ready. And we're starting with that wall sit. So have your wall nearby. We'll begin in 15 seconds. Starting. And position your body here. We've got about 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Remember, it's just a simple arm circle. So backs of the hands touch the wall. They come down. Engage the muscles of the arms the whole way and come back through. So reversing the direction of the circle here. And breathe. Keep that gentle curl in the tail to engage the glutes. Spread evenly through all 4 corners of both feet. So really distribute the weight through the legs. So you have all the muscles of the legs working for you here. And breathe. We're just here for a minute. It goes by pretty quickly. After this minute, we're moving down to our plank up, down, in, outs. And then a plank hold. We've got about 15 more seconds in this wall sit, really getting the legs warmed up. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 15 seconds to transition. We're going down into our plank. Turn this up so we can hear our cues. And we'll start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's down, down, up, up, out, out, in, in. Switch sides now. So keep the shoulders and the hips nice and square. That lets the belly stay engaged. Your hips may want to pop open to make this a bit easier. But can you keep the work in the belly? And breathe. Down, down, up, up. So this one really using the strength in the upper body, that push key action to lift the hands to the mat so that your hips aren't really moving at all. They're just lifting and lowering based on the position of the arms. As we prepare for the plank hold here, you can choose whether you want to be on forearms or on the hands. And we're here holding plank. So hip bones to low ribs. Broaden the collarbones. Stretch the crown of your head forward. And then if you want to add a little bit of extra heat, a little bit more engagement, hug the heels of your hands toward the balls of your feet. It's a quick way to just encourage the belly to fire. Wrap the abdominal wall around. So think that you're knitting the abdominals to the center, from the pubic bone to the breastbone. We have about 20 more seconds here. Breathe. Micro bend in the elbows. You might start to feel a bit of a shake in the arms. As you're hugging heels of hands to the ball mounds of your feet, can you hug the thumbs energetically together? And 3, 2, 1. Come out. Maybe stretch it out just for a second. Got about 10 seconds before we move into our tempo squat. So toes slightly out, heels slightly in. 3, 2, 1. We're counting down. 3, 2, 1, and up. Gentle squeeze at the top. 3, 2, 1, and up. So it's a variable load on the legs. We're keeping them under tension on the way down here. So another quick tip to really fire the legs is imagine like you're trying to stretch the mat apart. 3, 2, 1, and up. So like you're trying to pull, you're trying to rip the mat apart by stretching the feet energetically away. That'll engage the outer legs. It'll support the pelvis, and it'll give you a stable squat here. You can have the hands wherever they feel most supportive to you. So really, the goal is not to rush through the tempo part of the movement. So we're here, 3, 2, 1, and then up. So keeping the muscles under tension. We're going to switch to our pause at the bottom now. So we pause and back up for 3. So we're here, 3, 2, 1, and up. Notice if your ribs flare out at the bottom. Can you wrap the belly in without collapsing in the shoulders and the heart? Keep the chest elevated. And up. 3, 2, 1, and rise. 3, 2, 1. Stretch the mat apart. 3, 2, 1. So a lot of these body weight workouts, they can get up-leveled by just creating a bit of key action in the muscles with these simple movements, like in plank, hugging the hands to the feet. You feel the difference. The muscles turn on in a different way. We got about 10 more seconds at this tempo. 3, 2, 1. Press through the heels on the way up. 3, 2, 1. Now we're switching. So we go down and then slow up. 3, 2, 1. Down. 3, 2, 1. You start to feel the legs. Down. 3, 2, 1. Stretch the mat apart. 3, 2, 1. So this is kind of a hybrid workout where we're getting a bit of cardio, we're getting high intensity, we're also getting some strength work. So we're going to kind of cover all the bases in a quick 15, 16 minutes. 3, 2, 1, and down. And you can get a quick sweat and then either go through, like I mentioned, one more time, or move to your cool down and the rest of your day. I love this one because you can fit it in on a lunch break, during a nap time, and we're in our transition. Here comes the burner. So grab a sip, towel off. We're starting in our push-up position with 10 push-ups in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, keep the belly strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 10 sprawls. 1. You can also step these forward. 2, 3, finding that quickness. 5, 6, keeping the hips low. 7, 8, 9, and 10. I like to stand between the rounds here just to reset. We're on 9 push-ups now. 9, 8, 7. You can always drop down to the knees. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 9 sprawls. 1, 2, 3. This really gets the heart rate going. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Come to stand. We're on 8. Push-ups right into it. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 8 sprawls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You got this. Keep with it. And 8. Come to stand. We're on 7. Here we go. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Watch your form here. 2, and 1. Especially as you get tired. 1, 2, 3. Notice if there's any 5 point in the movement where you're checking out or kind of losing the engagement. 7. Check back in. We're down to 6. It's okay to get breathless. It's just a 4-minute interval. Here we go. Belly strong, hips low. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 6 sprawls. Here we go. 1, 2, can take the jump out and just step back, step forward. 4, 5, 6, come to stand. Moving to 5, we've got a minute 10 left. Here we go, let's finish strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 sprawls. 1. Keep the chest high as you come through. 3. Gather your breath. 4 and 5. Rise up, down to 4. 4, 3, 2, 1. And 4, 3. Can we make it? 2 and 1. Don't sweat it if you don't make it. There's still a lot of work that we've done here. 3, 2, 1. 3 sprawls. 1, 2, 3. We're on 2. You got this. Let's finish it out. 1, 2, 1, 2. 10 more seconds. You can do it. 1 and 1. We did it in under 4 minutes. So we intentionally have a 30-second transition, twice as long here. Gather your breath. Let it come down a bit. You can always hit the pause button if you need to. And we're moving into our final interval, our 5-minute glute finisher here. So the first movement pattern, that modified shrimp squat. This is a great opportunity. We'll let the body continue to slow down, and let's begin. So we touch the shin lightly down to the mat and press up through the heel. So the focus here is on the glutes. The full shrimp squat. If you're feeling it, you can reach for your knee, touch the knee down, and back up. A little more challenging there. So you can free the knee if you like, and just release the shin down to the mat. This one requires a lot of balance. So steady your gaze on a non-moving point. The follicular phase, this first half of the cycle, the arc of our cycle, is a great opportunity to try new movement patterns. So this shrimp squat is a bit of a new pattern for me. So my body just getting used to the mechanics, figuring out how to load that front leg and keep light weight in the back leg. We're here for 3, 2, and 1. Switch sides, straight into the next one. Notice any change you feel from one side to the other. Gather your breath here. That burpee, 4-minute burpee interval is no joke, but it's over just like that. And just think of all the work that you accomplished in that short period of time. That's what we have available to us in the follicular phase. In the ovulatory phase, we can have these short bursts of powerful energy. We have greater access to muscular endurance here. Keep the chest lifted. We're sitting back, almost like you're sitting into a chair with that front leg. Lightweight in the shin as it comes down. We're coming down to the mat onto your back next in 3, 2, 1. Come onto your back, find your glute bridge position. One leg lifted, sole to the ceiling. And it's just a single leg glute bridge. We're here for the full minute. So really press evenly through all 4 corners of that bottom foot. And then play around again with developing the key actions. So drag the heel energetically toward your sitting bones. And then see what it feels like when you energetically press the heel towards the front of your mat. Does it create different sensation? Here again, be cautious of flaring the low ribs. Keep them knitting toward the hip points. Shoulders stay nice and relaxed. To really feel the heat in that bottom glute. And we switch to the other side. So again, pushing the sole of the foot that's grounded energetically away, and then dragging it energetically toward you. So when you're moving it toward you, you'll fire the hamstrings a bit more. And when you're moving away, it's a bit more in the glutes. So you can choose maybe alternating. One presses out, one draws in. Keep your breath here. So after that 4-minute cardio interval, still kind of letting the heart rate return to normal. Last few reps here. And then we move to our butterfly glute bridge. So soles of the feet together. Press up, squeeze. Hug the knees together, soles of the feet down, and release. Open to butterfly. Squeeze up. Knees come together. Feel the inner thighs and lower down. Open, squeeze, inner thighs, and down. So especially at the end of the workout here, really start to feel this in the glutes, in the legs. So kind of getting a well-rounded movement practice in just 15 minutes. You can usually carve out that much time at some point in your day to give yourself a bit of an energy boost, a bit of a mood boost. And we're almost there. Last few. And rest. Hug the knees. Slowly rise up. So we'll give just a bit of cooling movement here to close out our practice. We haven't included a warm-up or a cool-down. This is designed to sort of have that slow warming sequence in the beginning of engagement, and then we'll offer a bit of cooling movement here. Just alternate lateral lunges, coming opposite hand to opposite foot. So just letting the energy move through the body. Any residual sensation, tension in the legs, kind of flushing out. The next time you're over your right leg, pause there. Really feel into the inner thigh here. And then come to the other side. Nice deep stretch here. You can turn the knees slightly out. Come through center, wide-legged forward bend. And as long as your heart rate is kind of returned to normal, you're not breathless, you can start to fold where the head comes below the heart. If you're still feeling that elevated heart rate, keep the head level with the heart until it comes down. Gentle bend in the knees here. Let your left hand stay planted. Spin the right arm open. Can you keep the hips square to the earth and really rotate? Imagine a gentle touch, encouraging your palm to open, working into the upper back here. Come back through center, other side. And back down. Let your head hang heavy for a moment here. Just kind of shaking it out. We'll turn over that right leg. Reach the arms up. Interlace the fingers behind you. Just a quick stretch for the chest here. Creating a bit of space in the hip flexor. Coming down, we'll just circle around to the other side. Reaching up. Again, interlacing the fingers behind you, stretching the chest. And slowly release. We'll begin to rise back up to a standing position. We'll just close our practice together with 3 very deep breaths. So you can let the feet come a little bit closer together. Inhale as you come down, or as you rise, and exhale, release. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, release it. Last one together. Big breath, fully in, and let it go completely. Shake it out. You have completed your workout for today. I want to take this moment to thank you so much for showing up, for sweating, for being present for this full 15 minutes, and for letting your body be moved.